Hi, and have you seen these cute Christmas labels everywhere and wondered how to get your hands on some and personalise them yourself? Well, I have created a full set and I'm going to show you how to personalise them, but not only personalise them, to make them musical. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the crafter and designer behind this channel. I'm here to help you get the best of your Cricut machine and become your own designer. And today we're not even touching the Cricut machine. Today we are going to make these labels in Canva. The reason we're going to make them in Canva is because you get more print area and we only need a guillotine to cut them out or a pair of scissors. So these are the labels that I just keep seeing them everywhere and people keep asking, how do you make them? Where do I get templates from? So I've created a template that's a basic template that you can go in, add names, and you can add the name of your elf. But I'm going to show you how to add these QR codes so that you can link them and make them a little bit more personal. So I'm going to show you how one of these works. So this is one that I made for Tiki, our French bulldog, because Santa visits them too. Got a QR code on there. I'm going to scan it and click the link, and that is going to bring up. So what I've done is I've added a playlist to one of them. I've added a song to the boys, that's something that they loved when they were little, and it just takes seconds. So what I'm going to do is we're going to head over to Canva and I'm going to show you how to make these. But before we do, all you need is a guillotine or a pair of scissors, and you need sticky labels. So these are just the printable sticky labels that I use for my Cricut. They're A4. I'll drop the link to these below, and as I say, they're matte. You can use glossy, but I think matte gives it more of a realistic effect, and they just peel off the back so that you can stick them on your Christmas presents. These are really great to make. Instead of Christmas tags, you can just put these on, because obviously you can tick for naughty and nice list. You've got the address of the North Pole there. Now I've got three different addresses. I've got the Canada address for Santa, the American and the English one. I'm also going to leave one blank so that if you've got a different address for Santa, this guy gets about, then you can use the different address. They're really easy to do and they're just so great for putting on presents and for sending a bit of a festive message. So this is the paper I use. It's the matte white paper. You can use gloss, but I think you'll get a better result with this. So let's get on to Canva and I will show you how to create your labels. So open the free version of Canva and you want to just click for a new document. So click on the top and you just want to type A4, click on templates and return. So you want to return it so that you get this blank. That's what you want, the blank document. Then you're going to go to the sidebar and you're going to click uploads, and we need to upload our file. So click on upload. At the top there you've got upload files, and you can go in and choose whichever template you're using, whichever Santa address you need. So I'm just going to upload them all just so that you can have a really quick look at them, but you can see that every Santa address which is next to the deliver to is slightly different, and that's because when I googled it, Santa has a different address depending on where in the world he is, so we need to factor that in. There is a blank one, so you can just add a text box and add your own address. This is the UK one. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to leave it large at the moment so that we can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to start by adding our QR code, and we're going to add it to the top box. So in the side bar you have got a section that says apps. Click on that and at the top just type QR, and I've used, it's the second row down, second one in, it just says QR code. Click on that and click open. And then you're going to go off and find a link, because you need to add a link. So I'm going to just go into Google and put YouTube Merry Christmas for Kids. Obviously it can't be Here Comes Santa Claus. It's got to be one that's aimed after, because they will see this label when he's been. So I've just got this little song here, which is a Jingle Bells Wish You a Merry Christmas. So I'm going to copy the URL or the link for that, and then I'm going to go back into Canva, QR code, and I'm going to enter the URL there and generate code, and that's going to generate a code. I want it in black because it's printable, and then there it is. So I'm just going to resize that and pop that in and drag that to the side. Just make it big enough so that we can see it and scan it, and there you go. So you've got your first QR code in. Now you're going to go back to the sidebar and click text and add a text box. So I am now going to type in Alfie Pug here. That is our pug, which is debatable whether he is on the nice or naughty list, I will be honest. So that's going to go into deliver to. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger, add pug on the end. and just drag it on the corner to fit it into that box. Now once we've done that, then we can change the font. So we want to change that into, I don't know, a more festive font. So I've gone to the top, I'm going to tick on handwriting, and then we can find something that suits. So you can use anything you want. So this one, is it Lobster One or something like that, but it's a free font in the free Canva. So now I'm going to add another text box because we need to put who it's been packed by. So this has been packed by Peter the Elf. That is our family elf that's been with us since the boys were tiny and still visits every Christmas. So I'm just going to make that larger and change the text on there to Peter Elf. But then I'm going to change that because we want it to look a bit more like handwriting. So we can just go on the back on the top. It's not lobster, is it? It's locker something. But if you put an L in, you'll find that other font. I'm just going to find something that looks like Peter Elf may have scrawled it himself. And then what we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to select so we grab everything at the same time. So he's going to right click and drag. Once you get hold of it like that, most of it should move. You can connect it, but it's not working for me at the moment. I'm going to drag it in the corner. Don't worry about the red zone too much because we're printing this on an A4 and cutting it out by hand. Could you see when I dragged it there, you've got that line in the middle? So just, if you didn't, just go back, but that means you're in the middle of the page because now I can duplicate it and drag the other one across. So Peter the Elf's signature hasn't gone across, but I can just copy that and move it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy Alfie the Pug's name and I'm going to put on this one Tiki the Frenchie. You probably think I'm mad, but it keeps the magic of Christmas alive when your kids grow up. And once I have done that, then I'm going to duplicate these again. I'm going to duplicate the QR code because that is going to, we can use that code again. We can use that song multiple times. But what I'm going to do next with the boys is I'm going to choose a different song. So this is a really just a great way of fitting it all on an A4 piece of paper. So I'm going to select all and duplicate. And once I've duplicated, I can just drag them down below. Because again, we're going to cut them out of a guillotine. So that as long as you get them all on A4, as close to the edge as possible, it means less cutting. So I'm going to change Alfie to Jack. And then I'm going to change Tiki to Joe. And this is how you can just really quickly edit them once you've made one. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into YouTube. You can use Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you use for music, but you've got to make sure the person you're gifting to has that music. So they love Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. It was something that was really special. They used to sing with their granddad when they were little. So we're going to use this and copy this URL, and we are going to make another QR code. So again, back into apps, click on QR code, easy for me to say, paste that in and generate code, and that's going to make a code that I'm going to use on both of those. So you could use their favourite song, their favourite Disney song, you could use anything, but it's just really great that you can personalise these so that when kiddies are opening their presents, or even adults, they know that you're thinking of them and it's something personal to them, and that is what I love about this. So what I'm going to add as a final thought is I'm going to just add it in some quite formal text. And I'm just going to put scan here at the top next to the code, because otherwise people could just think it's just a cute sticker, and there's more to this sticker than just it looking cute. We want it to be usable and something that creates memories. So we're just going to duplicate that, and then we can put that on every sticker, and then we can scan. We could put scan for proof or scan to the North Pole, whatever you want to put, but that will just inspire the person who you've sent the gift to scan if you're not with them. And then lastly, we're going to download it. So click on download. You can either do it as a JPEG, that's probably the easiest, or PDF, it doesn't really matter. But once you print it off, then you can go in and go to your printer and send it to print. And I am printing off on matte sticker paper, which just is really easy because we can peel the back off and put them on presents. You could use glue, but sticker paper is so much easier. And here we are, our labels are coming out of our printer. So we've just printed them on printable matte sticker paper, so it gives exactly the same effect as if you had a label maker. And we're going to test those in a minute and scan them and see if they work. Printed off. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cut them out, and you're just going to use your guillotine. So you could use it on your Cricut, but you'd have to cut the stickers out smaller. So you just want to line your centre up there with that, go right in between. And they're so easy to make. You don't need to use a label printer. You can just make these and print them out on this. Now you can do them on gloss, but I think to get the effect of a label, you probably want to be on this matte paper. I just love the result of these. And there are your labels. So I didn't really get that as straight as the others, but it's a packing label. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put one to the test. So we'll start with Joe's. So I'm going to use my iPad. So I'm going to just hover my iPad over the top and I'm going to click it, and there it is. How brilliant is that? Grandma got run over by a reindeer. So they are super easy. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. And how did you find that? Isn't it easy? And they're so cute. I just love them. I love the fact, without the QR codes, that you've got something that you can do a personalised naughty and nice sticker. But the fact that we've got this QR code, our boys are grown up now, so I might play with these and put their favourite songs on. It's just about going onto our YouTube, or if you've got Spotify or whatever music system you've got, just to go in, get the URL, put it into Canva, into that QR code maker, and there you go, you've got a link. You can do so much with these. It's also a great way to send messages. You could put this on YouTube as an unregistered video so that nobody else can see it unless you've got the link, and you could make a QR code for that as well. That would be a really cute thing to do, to send across the miles. So that's another great card. I'm going to make a card of that as well. So keep an eye for that. We're going to do that next week. We're going to do a Christmas video card next week. Thank you so much for crafting along. You can get the link to the templates to these below. Any questions, ask me. Please do share with me what songs you use. So thank you for crafting along with me. I will see you next time, and happy crafting.